Don't let comparison keep you from showing up in relationships. Something that is said to me often is, Ashley, how do you keep showing up in these situations in which other people have lives that reflect things that you may want? For example, at the time of this video, I am 41. I am single. As much as I love being single, and I honestly have found a point where I really would be content if that's how life is for the rest of my life, there's also part of me that thinks it would be great to share that with someone, to be married to someone. So a lot of people ask, how can you be around all these people that have this life that is something that you're also possibly wanting? And I see this come up so much for so many people. Friends of mine that desperately want to have a family and that becoming pregnant has not been in the cards so far, and that there is so much pain that I cannot possibly understand, but I can just get a glimpse of how painful it is from seeing their lives. And that may be your story, or your story may be like mine in that you long to be married to someone. The problem is when we let that pain, that all these thoughts of comparison keep us from entering into relationships with people that have what we want. A lot of times we will retreat and we'll stay away from those people just because they are reminders to us, and left unchecked, those reminders become very painful. And I get it. I totally understand that. I don't have something to tell you that's going to take away all of that pain, but I want you to also realize how it is taking away, that pain is letting you miss out on great things in your life right now. There are great moments with those people that you would be missing out. And also, when we back away and we try to put all these situations, all these walls, all these guardrails in place to avoid hurt, it's not really living. It's this whole thing where it's very precarious, and that we are thinking, okay, as long as all these things stay in place, as long as I don't have to be around those people, as long as I don't have to have these conversations. And there are times in life where I think that we do have to do that. We do have to retreat. But when it is something that is just constant and we don't ever allow that to change, then it can become damaging on many levels. It can damage just our emotional health, and it can damage a lot of relationships. If I only was friends with people whose life looked like mine, that would probably mean that I would have to say goodbye to about 95% of my friends, maybe more than that. So how do we do that? How do we enter into these relationships with people that have things that we want? The way that I have found to do this is that I personalize it. I don't think they have a marriage, I want a marriage. They have found their someone. I think of it as, it's going to make up names. Mary has found Todd. Becky has found Ramona. I don't know. I'm just saying names. But the thing is, I don't think, oh, you have this. I see their personal relationship. I don't want someone else's husband. Like, I love a lot of my friends. I love their husbands. I don't want their husband. Nothing bad against them, just not a homewrecker. But I think that is what has helped me, is because I know what I want. I know the type of person that if I were to ever get married, I know the qualities I want that person to have. And I haven't met that person yet. And so it's understanding that that person has a name, if that's in the cards, that person has a name, and that's what I want. And that has helped me be able to be in these situations and not feel like I'm constantly in comparison. If you are someone who possibly your situation is that you desperately want a family, that you want to have children. This is what has worked for me. I don't know if it's going to help, but I hope you'll try it. That you don't think they have a baby, I want a baby. You think they have Samantha, I do want a child. And that child is going to have a name. That child is going to be a specific, their own personality, their own person. And I hope that that is helpful to you. It has been really helpful to me to not think of it as this person has this box checked off. If they were listing out things about them like married, single, kids, no kids, it's not that they just check the boxes off. We're talking about individuals. And so someone else's story, although there might be elements of things of it that I want, their story is not going to be my story. That has helped me a lot. So I hope that that can be helpful to you. The element after that is, you still have to manage your dreams. You still have to manage what you want, what you hope for. And that can be really hard. There's, none of this is negating the pain that you might be going through if this is something that you desperately want. And my hope is that you will be able to navigate that while keeping these relationships that you have in your life. A lot of what I talk about on the podcast and also with guests is the importance of not closing off your heart. And sometimes it can be something that you have to constantly remind yourself of. I hope that you will continue to listen to this podcast, listen to all the episodes, and part of it is going to be helping you be in hard situations while also caring for yourself so that you can continue to show up fully, tend to your heart, heal, rest, all the things that you need to do. In order to never miss one of these episodes, I would love it if you would subscribe to my email list. Every week I email everyone that's on the email list one time, and I let them know the 2 episodes that dropped that week. And I hope that the things that I talk about in these episodes are helpful to you. You can click on the link in my bio and you'll see where you can sign up for the email.